Recap of my New York session today, Tuesday. Here, my heat map. What was I looking at? I will show you this on the charts also in a minute, of course. DXY still very bullish. Looked like it would rotate further up as yesterday already. So, this gave an overall bearish bias to the market. I did like the situation of silver, very bearish overall. It looked like breakdown continuation, but I already thought this might be a tricky entry because are at the low of the range. A bit similar to gold, it was in breakout still on the weekly, coming out of an inside week, first red week, 3 weeks of long, so conflicting signals on the higher time frame. On the lower time frame, an inside day breakdown in London came back in. So it was not really clear, do we get inside day continuation versus reversal, and the weekly breakout level was also a bit below. We will look at this in the chart as well. For me, tricky situation. Oil also was at crossroads, trading around previous week's high. So not clear if it confirmed the fake out high on the weekly. It came out of a fake out high on the daily with an out of balance reversal down. I didn't get an entry into this also. It traded around the fake out high level on the weekly, worked into it from the low, and then went early. If oil goes early, I typically don't get it, at least if there is no pullback, which was the case today. Then I was watching DJ30, pretty bullish overall situation, but it was more or less trading inside. We'll be looking at that, and then we have Nasdaq. It was also at crossroads. It was not clear if we get a monthly fake out high continuation versus lower time frame daily, weekly fake out low continuation. But coming into New York, this was then pretty clear. I will show you that. So here I was looking at DXY. You see that single prints down here, they still hold. We were trading into these in London, but then we came back up, made a daily fake out low, and then pulled further up. So we have an inside day reversal situation, giving the overall market, especially the metals, a bearish bias. The metals here, silver, very bearish overall, but we were trading already far down low into these 8-hour, 4-hour level, and also here, that's the weekly, previous week's low, directly below. So third hour was trading down into that. I didn't want to short before we lost previous week's low, obviously, and then it just went on without looking back. So no entry for me there. A bit similar with gold. It gave a nice entry in first hour, but I don't take those anymore. 8-hour fake out high, but we were still in weekly breakout, so I didn't like to take a short into this weekly breakout level. In third hour, we just traded away from the daily breakdown level, so inside day trend situation, but then also this didn't look back. It would have been a very risky chasing entry. It just went on and blew off one full expansion of the inside day here into the end of third hour. So 1 hour trade. Great congratulations for anyone that took that. For me, it was a tricky entry. Also, oil, I was watching closer if I get a pullback entry, because as soon as it lost the previous week high, it was bearish across all time frames. There were only the monthly level down here. It's acceptable to trade into that. But also here, third hour, as a New York Open traded already through this. And then third hour never looked back and didn't give an entry for me. If I would gotten a pullback and then a 15-minute fake out high, this would have been my trade, but didn't give it to me. US 30 were just printing a fake out high into the New York session. So this was New York Open, and then we were trading inside with all other time frames bullish. This is then a no-go for me. I would like to take a long trade, but I don't take longs into a fresh 8-hour fake out high. So this might just range, and this is also what it did. So no trade for me. Other than that, I was looking at Nasdaq, which I also took then in the end. Nasdaq was pretty bullish overall, but was in London. It was still in a monthly fake out high. So as we see here, we came out of a monthly breakout into the end of the month. Then it traded back down last week, closed out of balance, which is always interesting. Then we got a huge pullback yesterday, retesting this weekly fake out low level, closing out of balance on the day, doing a daily fake out low this morning. So this was pretty nice. And I thought once we reclaim these levels, then we have a very clear setup. And this is exactly what happened. So here you see out of balance close on the day. So I don't short as long as we are below previous day value area low. We got the reclaim in end of London, then New York first hour, blew to the top, reclaiming the monthly breakout level, reclaiming the previous week value area high, turning this out of balance situation in an out of balance trend. So then from there, everything was bullish. Also here on the TPO, you see the out of balance close to the low. Value area high is here. We reclaimed that. So you typically wait for a rotation to the other side of the range. This is what we got. Very impulsively, leaving a lot of single prints behind. Of course, in such a situation, the entry is not easy. So we had a blow off with New York Open here, a little wick to the downside with a 15-minute fake out low. So you could have taken this breakout here, but then we still had the previous week value area high and the naked point of control above us. So I don't want to trade into those. So I wait. I'm waiting into third hour at the moment anyways. This works very nicely once you don't even consider a trade before. You are in your planning mindset until you take a trade in the sweet spot hour, third hour, and are in the best of your mindset and judgment, and can really sit there and take one very nice and clear decision. This is what I did. I was waiting for a 15-minute fake out low. You see it here. It just traded back into super trend, which is an average true range trend indicator. You see it was not always trading above that. Then we got here the 15-minute fake out low. That made me interested. It closed here, confirming it. Then there was only the weekly closing price just above, which it traded into. So I was waiting until we reclaimed that. And this happened exactly third hour rotation, mid third hour. So this then was for me green light on all factors. I just took this trade here. Let's go to the 5-minute. You can see it better. I took the reclaim of the weekly closing price. Then it traded up, made a little pullback, not giving real heat because I was entering down here, then trading for 10 minutes sideways. So I was not sure what's happening. And then it made 1 minute major blow off to the top and hit my take profit immediately, almost immediately. So the whole trade took like 15 minutes. I had the take profit at previous day high, as you want to have it, with an out of balance reversal situation. And this gave then around 60 pip and an R4. I had the stop behind the last 15-minute close here, not at the 15-minute fake out low that was too far away. So I just, in such a situation, take the low of the current 15-minute bar. This worked out nicely, never got me into any heat. Trade was over 15 minutes after I just let it take profit and took the money and called it a trading day. So I hope that was helpful for you. That was my thought process through the whole day and session. Hope you had a nice trading day as well. And this was helpful for you. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.